everybody, I'm back. So, this is something different because I will just gonna be talking like as if I'm speaking to you in person, obviously. But yeah, it's sort of like a sit-down video. Right. The only reason why I've decided to film this is because nakita ko nga yung what's that issue with Bea Alonso and Gerald, and obviously Julia Barreto being part of it somehow as well. So obviously everybody goes through a heartbreak, and I have had a heartbreak myself, and I just want to share with you guys what I've done to basically move on. Before Gerard and Bea Alonso's issue, ghosting already existed, so it is awful. I feel for Bea, to be quite honest with you, because it's more than just the pain about being left hanging. More than anything, it's like it's an emotional torture because you're at that stage that you don't know whether or not kayo pa ba. You will have all the questions that couldn't be answered kasi wala nga communication or what have you. It's awful. So basically, I just want to share with you guys what I've done to move on from that breakup. Obviously, everybody will go through that heartbreak at some point in their lives, especially if you guys have fallen in love. Even if your relationship hasn't got any specific label, if you expect it to go further and it didn't turn out as it was planned, you will be hurt, and you'll obviously feel that heartbreak. So basically, I used to be in a long-term relationship. If I remembered it right, about 9 years. To make it even worse, we were engaged and due to get married, basically. 6 months before the wedding, he sent me an email calling the wedding off, and for 3 months prior to that email, was it 3 months? Can't even remember it right, but yeah, prior to sending the email, basically they call it ghosting. No communication whatsoever. We just had a fight, and then that happened. No communication whatsoever. So then I decided to get in touch to basically check what's wrong, what's happening. Apologize if I've done something wrong. So yeah, he called the wedding off, and then I was broken, shattered, basically. So it's really difficult, should I say, because especially if you've given it all. So what I've done is, when you just don't know what to do, I wanted to try and reach out and say if we could obviously patch things up, but somebody stopped me from doing so, which did help, because at first I didn't know the reason why they had to stop me from doing it, but now I understood why. So basically, heartbreak is pretty much a very common issue. If you fall in love and it didn't turn out as planned, it didn't work out, you will be broken, basically. But then at the end of the day, you have to think about yourself. And obviously, moving on is really hard. It's not like a 1 day process. It's a long process to take. And you know what? Especially for myself, being with somebody for that long, you pretty much spend half of your life with that person, and obviously, you pretty much you're used to that routine that you have both established, like, how often you guys talk, where you guys go, things like that. So it's really difficult. But then you need to realize that you also have to love yourself. So what I've done is, at first I didn't know what to do. Well, to be fair, I know what to do. I'm just refusing to admit that I should do it. Meron pa ako, I had to search on Google, I had to search YouTube and everything, tips of moving on and all that palaver and everything. And then I prayed hard for it. I asked the Lord for guidance during those times that obviously He didn't get in touch. I had to question everything. And then I asked and I prayed to give me a sign and a clue, and lo and behold, the Lord did. He answered my prayer. I still denied it, and then here comes the email. So I think I've reached that point where I had no choice but to move on, which is a good thing because I was left with no choice. I wouldn't be where I am right now if it didn't happen. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm glad really that it did happen. So what I've done is I've looked after myself, so basically, to boost my self-confidence up, because obviously if things like that happen to you, your confidence will be shattered as well. You'd think like a lot of things are wrong with you. Pangit ba ako? Ano bang mali sa katawan ko? Ano bang mali sa itsura ko? And things like that. So what I've done is I pampered myself. Basically, I looked after myself. So what I've done is I went to a salon that was still in the Philippines, and went to Korean salon, and basically asked them to cut my hair short. And the only thing that I've asked them to do really is to make me look different. For some reason, I just want to look different. I think it's somehow, when I look myself in the mirror and say, oh, this is a different person I'm looking at now, which somehow helped. Because obviously, parang for the longest time, you look the same, for the longest time. Because I was thinking there's something wrong with me, that's probably why. But obviously, no, it's a different case. I think it's important that you look after yourself after the breakup. Yung sinabi nga nila na pag broken-hearted, the only time you can tell that the girl or the woman is broken-hearted is when they cut their hair short. I think that's from Bea Alonzo's movie as well. Yung nag-bob cut siya. Yeah, just look after yourself. Obviously, yun nga, you're going through a heartbreak. Ayaw mo naman na maging losyang ka. You don't want to look awful. Because that would then give the other person the benefit of thinking that I made the right decision. Look at her. She's not looking after herself. No, you want to look, you not really look good, but you want to feel better, basically. So yeah, I think that's the number one tip. Look after yourself. Pamper yourself. Treat yourself. Secondly, obviously, speak to your friends and family. During this time, it is really important that you've got a support group with you. This is the time as well where you would know who's really there for you when you needed them. What at that stage in my life, I just want somebody to talk to. Even like middle of the night, I would ring people up and say, look, can we just meet up and what have you, even for a brew or something. I just want somebody to talk to. I just want somebody to constantly remind me, hey, stop it, you're beautiful, stop it, you're wonderful. Even if I'm really not, I just want to feel better. I just want to hear it to make me feel better, really. Kasi nga wala your confidence, wala na, it's gone. Maubos talaga. And you'd start doubting yourself as well. And the more you think about it, and the more you doubt yourself, and the more you think that you are not good looking, or the more you think that you don't deserve, the more you think that you, the more you think about it, the more you feel devastated, and it will reflect. So I just want somebody to talk to me and remind me that I am wonderful and I am beautiful. So I really appreciate those people who never left me, really. My boss was so supportive. He would even allow me to work from home. And even like my colleagues in work, they would say, why are you here? You look absolutely shattered. You shouldn't be working. Even at work, I would just like nip out and that and go to one of my friends' office and just cry, really. I just want to cry, even if I'm in work. I can't help it. The emotions are just too strong to hold. I can't hold it. Like middle of the night, like 12 o'clock-ish, something, I'll just drop by at my sister's and just really speak to them, really. My brother-in-law and my sister are absolutely brilliant and very supportive of it. I can't begin to tell you how helpful they were, and they have played a huge part on the process, really. My nephews, my nieces, my dad, my mom, who would visit me every day, would speak to me and talk to me about things. They never blamed me for anything, because at the end of the day, it was a decision that I made, and I was happy. I was in love, basically. So you can't really blame the guy, because at the end of the day, he made me happy as well. So but when I found out, I tell you what, I was absolutely angry. I was raging. I even called the guy names, like literally all the names that you could think of. I've called him that, because obviously the initial reaction is you would be angry. You will be. I was fuming, absolutely fuming, because number one, he didn't even have the audacity to speak to me in person. Sent me an email that was really shit, that one, innit? Like, what was that about? You've not even spoken to me in person. So yeah, so I was really raging. I was angry, so I've called him names. But then I've gone to this stage now that I've realized that, you know what, it's not really fair for me to call him names. But again, at the end of the day, emotions, really. You can't, I can't help it. I wasn't angry at that time, so fair enough. I've got a friend as well. Her and her husband are really very supportive. They would come with me. We grab breakfast together and just talk about it. And I knew from that conversation we've had, they already knew the reason why it happened. I've kind of had the inkling, but I'm just refusing to really open my eyes and see it. A lot of people, like, this is one thing I want you guys to know, if you're in a relationship and that relationship is not healthy, or if there is something wrong in the relationship, your friends or your family will be able to see it. I know sometimes you're blinded with that feeling, that belief that, yeah, I'm in love and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong in the relationship or with the relationship, but your friends and your family will be able to tell you if there's really something wrong. And all this time, they knew, but they just didn't tell me, because they knew, because at that time they genuinely knew. No, I was happy at that time. So they didn't even bother telling me, because they know he made me feel happy, basically. But yeah, that's one thing that you guys should know. Now your friends and your family will be able to see the things that you can't see in a relationship. It's different when it's from a third party perspective. Sometimes we get blinded by the things we see every day, but other people can see it and we can't. So yeah, the support group is really important. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now, honestly. It's a time where you feel alone, but you're not. So with the help of your friends and your family, that's where you make that make you realize that he's only one person. Isang tao lang yun sa buhay mo na nawala. You've got a lot of people there for you. And yeah, and that will make your relationship with your friends and your family even stronger as well. I tell you, it will make your relationship stronger. And I know it's not a good thing really, but I can't help it, that made me feel better. Like me and my friends, I know, like, obviously there would be comparison, wouldn't it? So it's just nice to get, you're not supposed to slug somebody or something, but that made me feel better. Because obviously the confidence is gone, really. But whenever my friends talk to me, wag ka na magkalala, this and the other, and then ano naman yun and things like that made me feel better, even if it's not really the best thing to do, or it's not really good for you to slug somebody off, but at that time that made me feel better. I think I needed that as well, cause that just boost my confidence a little bit. And then obviously I prayed a lot, and you know what, I just prayed every day for the pain to go away, because it's unbearable. I actually cried pretty much every day for a few months. I can't even remember how long, but I'm just crying every day. There's nothing wrong, in crying. You can cry all you want. That's what you need. You need to pour that emotions out, labas mo lahat yan and everything, because that will make you feel better. But crying is not a sign of weakness at all. That just goes to show that you're hurt, and then you genuinely loved the person. That's why you were hurt. You were hurt. So yeah, you can cry by all means. Yeah. Next one would be travel. Go somewhere that you've never been. Because obviously, if you've been with somebody, especially for a long time, you will have common friends. You'll get used to, you've got certain places you normally go to, and especially if like random people approach you and say, oh, nasan si ano and ganyan. I was like, that's awful. I mean, like, what do I say? I mean, like, even if genuinely they haven't got any intentions of hurting you, but it will hurt you. That question will absolutely hurt you, because obviously everywhere you go will remind you of that person. So go somewhere that you've never been, because a new environment will help you, and that will also open your mind as well. Somehow open your mind and change your mindset as well to look at things from a different perspective, because you use in that tiny bubble where, right, ito lang nakikita ko araw-araw, ito lang yung basically routine ko, ito lang yung mundo ko. Come on, ang laki ng mundo. So go out there, experience the world, really, like enjoy what's out there. So yeah, go somewhere you've never been, because what I've done is I've took a month off and I went to England for a month, and obviously luckily my visa got approved. Stayed in England for a month and basically traveled, and obviously being locked in a bubble for 9 years, I've never dated anybody else, so I downloaded a dating app. Funny really, because that dating app is a major played a huge role. Nakatulong talaga siya, and luckily I get to meet a lot of people as well, not just not just dating men really, but meeting friends, because I've gained friends from that app as well. That is where I met my husband as well, and I'll just create a separate video on that. But anyway, yeah, I'm not saying that you go out there and make yourself available. Hey everybody, I'm available. It's not in that respect. What I'm saying is go out there, because obviously you're locked in a bubble. Go out there and meet other people. At least you've got a comparison, because you wouldn't know what's out there. You wouldn't really, because I think at that point, because obviously your confidence is down, you doubt yourself. But when you put yourself out there and open your eyes for possibilities and what have you, then you get to meet other people, and that will boost your confidence as well. Oh, may gusto palang makapag-date sa akin. I mean, like, somebody will be interested in me. I mean, like, things like that, which is really good. I mean, that made me feel better. That didn't make me a slut or something, but that made me feel better. I'm not saying that I'm putting myself out there to meet all the men in the world, but all I wanted is to meet other men, to really open my eyes for possibilities. But I don't really suggest you guys entering a relationship when you're still broken, because it's not gonna work either. You really have to be fully healed and obviously ready, because a lot of things from your previous relationship will play a huge part on your current one or your next one. So wait until you're healed. It's fine to date people, get to meet new friends and that. It's fine, but if you feel that you're not ready yet, don't force it. At the end of the day, it's just going to be a waste of time if you prematurely enter into a relationship when you know you're not ready. So I've only did that. I went to England and that. And also, what you can do is find a hobby, or something new really that you could start doing. Something different, like go to the gym, or perhaps get into hiking, things like that. It's just something different that you're not used to doing. And lastly, that would be prayer. Because the moment you say yes, that's a big decision. It sounds very daft because it's just a yes, but yes means you're committing yourself to that person. You're giving basically a part of you, that person. You're opening yourself. You basically opening yourself to be hurt again, and obviously having out the other person into your life. So it's a huge risk as well. So you just have to pray really to give you the guidance in making the right decision, and guidance really in making a wise decision as well, because then it's not going to be easy. And also, if you reach that certain stage in your life where you're ready to settle down, find somebody who's got the same mindset as you have. You should have the same mindset and you should have the same goals, because at the end of the day, even if you love each other, love wouldn't suffice. Dapat meron kayong same goal and same mindset for it to work. It's a give and take relationship. And when you feel that it's right, it's right. And again, just pray. If you pray for that person, alam mo that there will always be struggle. In every relationship, there will always be hurdles, struggles, trials, and whatever you call it. But if you two really believed in the relationship, and obviously you loved each other, and you've got the same goal, you've got the same mindset, I'm pretty sure you can surpass anything. I know, sobrang sakit. You're probably crying at the minute. You're probably crying because you don't know what to do, which is fine. I understand that. If I can only hug those people who are currently broken, I would. But there's only one thing I want to tell you guys is that it's alright to cry. We're all, at the end of the day, we're all human. Masasaktan tayo. But just be thankful that it happened. I know you wouldn't feel it, I know, because you're not at that stage yet where you can say, I'm glad it happened, I'm thankful it happened, I thank the Lord that it happened, because I know you're not in that stage yet, but it's okay. But one day, you will just wake up one day and say, I know why it happened, and I'm grateful for him for what he has done. Kasi I'm at that stage now where I can say thank you, not for hurting me, but because I know I'm at that stage where I know why it happened, because I found the right man for me, and if it wasn't, or if it did not happen, then I wouldn't be where I am right now. So I'm really thankful na ginawa niya yon, kasi if he could have done that, or shall I say, kung ginawa niya yon when we were already married, that would have been 3 times, 4 times worse. And I'm thankful na ginawa niya yon, because I wouldn't be as strong as I am right now, and I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now if not for that, really. And this is another advice for the other party as well. Like they say, ghosting, like being quiet, not communicating to your, to your partner or what have you. Just stop it. Stop that bollocks. Because you know what? You're torturing the person. It's awful. It's an awful feeling to be left hanging. You shouldn't be doing that. Because pag ginawa sa'yo yun, you wouldn't like it at all. It's awful. It's not healthy mentally, because that will drive the other person crazy. Kasi merong questions na umiikot sa ulo ng mga tao, sa utak ng tao, that she couldn't answer, kasi you don't speak to them. If you're not happy in the relationship, if you're no longer interested, or if it doesn't excite you as much anymore, just be open and honest and cut the bollocks off and just say, you know what, we need to end it, it's not working for me anymore. We would rather, or personally, I'd rather take that. I know masakit yun to take, but I'd rather take that than, not talking to me at all, and so it's, you may have your own reasons why you're doing that, but just be fair, because at the end of the day, people need an answer, really. And so I found my answer, and I'm very, very happy, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's happy, and I hope he's happy for me as well. So for anybody out there that's experiencing heartache, I hope and pray that one day you wake up and say, I'm glad it happened. I'm thankful it happened. Sana dumating din kayo sa stage na yon. You don't deserve it, so make sure you leave something for yourself, because there will be a lot of people who will be devastated if you don't look after yourself. So just look after yourself, and yeah, that's it. So I'll cut this short. It's already half an hour. I need to go, so I hope you learned something from me. I talk a lot, I know, but I hope you learned something. Yeah, nice to speak to you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.